Feel free turn off your camera. All right. Good morning, Parkmore families. I want to start off by sharing a video with you. If you did not catch the news, Spectrum One came to Parkmore and they did a cover story on our custodian teachers and myself and the preparation of our building being prepared to receive students. So I'm excited about how the story turned out. So please tune in.
Putting stickers on benches to make sure lunch is socially distanced, head custodian Kevin Brower's been working hard and making sure everything's ready for when kids come back to Parkmore Elementary. While a lot's been done, Brower's just as ready as anyone else for next week.
Me, myself, I'm excited for him to be back. I love seeing the kids. I love kids.
Working with Principal Charmaine Campbell on the spacing, both know it's no ordinary year, but they're set.
They will come in social distance, so they will be standing 6 feet apart, and they will come through this front door, and they will receive hand sanitizer and a mask if they come in without a mask, or if something happened on the bus with their mask.
And they'll grab their breakfast and head to class with some paw prints to keep them 6 feet apart on the way. When they get to class, they'll finally get to see their teachers in person and greet them maybe with an air hug of some sort before sitting down to a shielded desk and personal supply kits. Veteran teacher Debbie Moscow can't wait.
I'm very excited. Excited to see the kids, excited to get back into a routine of teaching during a regular school day.
While it's all exciting, it's also been challenging with readjusting and getting everything prepared for students.
Procedural meetings we have had, trying to organize that, and then all of a sudden you think you have it managed and you're like, one more thing I have to make sure, putting spacing notations on the floor so that they still are maintaining their 6 foot distance.
And as kids remain with their homeroom teachers for much of the day, that means constant cleaning will be the order of the day. But perhaps one of the biggest challenges that lies ahead, teaching from the desk.
There's no energy. I don't get any energy from them, so I can't see how they're doing, how are they applying themselves.
So she'll have to figure out another way. But for kids, when they're not learning and on breaks, their way will already be made with hooks and signs on the floor to limit the number of kids using the bathroom or washing their hands at one time. And as for the water fountains, well, they'll be off.
They won't use the water fountains at all. They'll use the hand to wash their hands, but to drink, no, they'll get water bottles.
But even with all of the changes and social distancing, there's still high hopes of students thriving.
For there to be learning gained, for gaps to be filled in their learning across all of the content areas, for students' social and emotional well-being to be developed, for students to feel like they're a part of a community, and for students to be prepared for the next grade level.
For Spectrum News, I'm Tanisha Johnson.
All right, parents. So that's the news clip. If you did not capture that or you didn't have an opportunity to see it, if you don't have Spectrum cable, you probably didn't see that. So that was just a little tidbit of how we prepared our building to receive our students. Thank you, Ms. Rodriguez, for the hand claps. And so, as I stated, we are having a virtual school fair this year. And so you will see on this video, I want to give you all first dibs before the rest of the families who may want to attend Parkmore will get to place their eyes on this video. So hopefully you will enjoy. Sure what happened to it. I had it pulled up. So I'll share it towards the end. I don't know why it's not pulling up for me, but I'm going to get ready for our presentation. So hopefully you have your paper and pencil at this time to receive some important dates. I just ask that everyone please stay on mute so that parents can hear the presentation. So if you're on the phone, please press mute. And I appreciate that. Thank you. So this is our weekly parent check-in. I do appreciate everyone for joining us today and want to give you some important dates and do some explanations for our families. So a lot of the families were trying to understand the cohorts. And what does the cohorts actually mean for your child? So if your student is in pre-K through third grade, they will be coming back to school the week of February 1st. However, if they are in cohort A, they are only attending school February 1st and February 2nd. And then they are home Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So they're home 3rd, 4th, and the 5th. If your child is in cohort B, they are at school. Their first day of school will be February 4th, and then they'll come back to school on February 5th. Okay, so they'll be home February 1st, 2nd, and the 3rd. So we have to understand that so parents aren't confused, and students who are in cohort B do not come to the school at the beginning of the week, and students in cohort A do not come to the school at the end of the week, okay? So please be cognizant of the dates your child attends school. Their school day is outlined based off of their cohort. On February 3rd, we will not have any school because that is a professional development day for teachers, and it's not even considered an asynchronous day. It's just a day off for students. It's a district professional development day. Now, a second piece I want to clear up. The week of February 8th, 4th and 5th grade students will return back to school. But pre-K, kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade, and 3rd grade, all of those students will come back as well. Okay? So pre-K through 5th grade, all of those students will come that second week, the week of February 8th. The same as with our pre-K through 3rd grade students. If your child in 4th or 5th grade is in cohort A, they only attend school on February 8th and February 9th. They will be home February 10th, 11th, and 12th. If your child is in 4th or 5th grade and they are in cohort B, they only attend school on February 11th and February 12th. So it is very important that you understand which cohort your child is in, and this would occur subsequently for the weeks to come. So each week, if your child is in cohort A, they only attend school Monday and Tuesday, and they are home Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If your child is in cohort B, they only attend school Thursday and Friday, and they are home Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I want to give you a chance. I want to open up the floor if you have questions before I move on, because I know that's a lot to digest. And I wanted to be sure parents were clear on how that would work. So at this time, if you have any questions about the cohorts and how that works, I am taking questions. All right, Galaxy Tab A, I see you have your hand raised. You're on mute, sweetheart.
Sorry. I have a question. It's about the school bus. I don't know. Like, the school bus going to start the very first day or what?
Yes, so the school bus will start the very first day if your child qualifies for the bus. If you live less than 2 miles from the school, you will not qualify for a school bus. They sent an email on Tuesday evening with your child's school transportation information. So please check your email. You will have your pickup times, your drop-off times, your route number, and your bus number. So please be sure to check your email. And so that's a great
Yes.
question.
And then they just put the drop off time. They did not put the pickup time. I just want to know the pickup time.
So if they haven't given you the pickup time, please check your email today to see if that's there. Because it should have come
Okay.
together. If you read it down, it should say like AM/PM, and it'll tell you the bus number for AM and the bus number for PM, and the time for AM and the time for PM. That's how they separate it out. So check it
Yes. I saw it, but I did not see the pickup time. It's only the drop off time
Okay,
that
so
is
if it's not there, give the school a call back today around 1, and my
okay.
secretary can assist you. But they normally send it together. They don't send separate emails with the transportation times. And
Okay.
parents, they are not accepting Form 1s at this time because they're trying to navigate and work out the logistics of this cohort ordeal, and only one child being allowed on the bus at one time. That's a lot to navigate. So if you're trying to change
Um,
the address because your child goes to a babysitter or something of that nature, that's pretty much not a priority at this time. So the Form 1s are not being approved. At a later date they will, but at this time they're trying to make sure that all of our students have buses to pick them up from their residential location and then bring them to the school. So that's first priority there.
okay.
Yeah. So thank you
Okay.
for that
Thank you so much.
question. You're very welcome.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Ms. Brown?
I just wanted to let you know, Ms. Campbell, I put in the chat the like color coded calendar from the district
Mm-hmm.
for the parents. So it will, it's a very nice visual to like color code like when the students should show up. So I just wanted
Yes,
to
so
let you know I
that
put
will
that
be
resource
in
in.
the parent Google page. So you
Perfect.
all will be able to communicate that and put it on your refrigerator. But we showed that at our last parent meeting. So thank you, Ms. Brown, for reiterating that. So that information is from our previous meeting where we showed our reopening, and Ms. Lofton reviewed that. Hi, Ms. Lofton. Welcome to our meeting. Any other questions about cohorts before I move forward? Any other questions? All right. So I'm going to share my screen again. And this is another important piece. Activate your parent portal. It is so important for parents to activate their parent portal. During our last meeting, we showed you all how to access the parent portal, and my secretary can support you in giving you your parent portal GUID number. That is how you activate it. And I want to give you 3 important points to remember why you have to activate your parent portal. We no longer change your addresses at the school. So if you've moved in recent months, you need to go into the parent portal and make those changes on your own. Okay. So if you've moved and you did not update your address in the parent portal, guess what? Your transportation will not be up to date. So I have sent out a global call on Monday evening trying to reiterate this. It is so important that your address is up to date in the parent portal, or your child transportation will go to your previous residential location. Okay, so it has to be up to date. The district is going based off of what is an Infinite Campus. So your parent portal is a part of Infinite Campus. It communicates to that system. So please make sure your address is up to date so that your transportation can be up to date. And also in the parent portal, this is how you check your child in for attendance. So when your child is home for those 3 days, you are still responsible to check your child in. Okay. You are still responsible to check your child in. So for example, if your child is in cohort A and they report to school on Monday and Tuesday, and they're home Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you still have to check your child in Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. If your child is in cohort B and they attend school on Thursday and Friday, you still have to check your child in on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, okay? So wanted to make sure I drove that point home. You still have to do the checking in business, but you're checking in less days. And the last important piece of the parent portal is so that you can check your child's report card. So all of the grades are part of the parent portal, and this is how you will see your child's quarterly grades and absences, and you want to check them for accuracy and read the comments from the teachers so that you can stay abreast of any changes or academic concerns that your child's teacher may have at that time. So I'm going to stop at this time. I'm taking this meeting a little slower so I can be sure to answer questions. So any questions about the parent portal, checking your child in, and updating addresses and or transportation? All right, so nothing in the chat? Nope. All right, next slide. So I'm going to cover parent drop-offs, parent pickups, and tardies. It's so important that you write this information down for parent drop-offs, parent pickups, and tardies. So we're going to start off with parent drop-offs. Morning drop-off time will be at 8:30 every morning, no earlier time. There will not be an available staff member to watch your child and to ensure that they are following CDC guidelines and all of the safety protocols. So it is very important that your child does not arrive to school until 8:30 a.m. when the breakfast bell rings, okay? Parents are not permitted in the building at any time until I get to the pickup portion. You need to drop your child off at the front door. You are not allowed to walk them in. You are not allowed to come into the breakfast room. You're not allowed to come to the front of the gym. You will not be permitted into the building at all unless you come to the safety vestibule, the security vestibule, located at the side of the building, and you are able to schedule a meeting with Miss Cindy, my secretary, if you need to meet with me or one of the teachers. If you are a pre-K parent, you will drop off at the side door adjacent to the parking lot. So when you pull into the school parking lot area located in the front right-hand side, you will pull along the adjacent to the building on the side of the building, and you will see the pre-K teacher standing outdoors ready to receive your student. All right, parent pickups. Parent pickups will look a lot different this school year, okay? So I need parents to really please focus and pay attention to how we will navigate through our pickup system. Pickups will begin promptly at 3:30 p.m. Parents will enter through the front doors and sit socially distanced at their grade level table. There will be table tents located on our lunchroom tables. Will indicate kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth grade. Parents, you will need to sit socially distanced and enter the building with a mask on. You will not be permitted to enter the building without a mask. If you have someone else picking up your child, please communicate that to them. They need to have a mask on or they will not be allowed in. You will receive a squirt of sanitizer when you enter the building. We ask that you sit and wait patiently in the gym because there's going to be a process. So we really need parents to be patient. If you have an appointment or you have to run off to get to work, we ask that you please, please, please make those arrangements to pick your child up early because there will take us some time to retrieve your child. So, for example, Miss Arter comes to the school to pick up Jakira and Kevon. She's going to say, I need Kevon in 5th grade. There's a teacher that will be in the gym that will walkie the 5th grade hallway and say, please send Kevon Arter to the gym. And then we will walkie 3rd grade, and there'll be another teacher in the 3rd grade hallway. Please send Jakira Arter to the gym. Those 2 friends will walk down the front hallway and meet their mother in the gym. She will retrieve her students and they'll go out the side door of the gym so that there's no crossing paths of parents coming into the gym to get their kids and parents leaving who already have their kids, because we won't be socially distanced. I will be taking this very seriously because we need to make sure that our babies are safe and that my families and my parents are safe. So parents, if you feel as though you need to tell another parent, hey, this is for our babies to be safe, please be patient. Okay, this is a new way for us doing dismissal, but this is the safest way for us to do dismissal. Children who ride the bus will be dismissed 1 bus at a time. They'll come to the library. They'll stand in the library, socially distanced. We'll take attendance and they'll exit out the front door 1 bus at a time. Van riders will sit socially distanced in the front hallway and wait for their van to pull up to the school to be dismissed. As it relates to babysitters and daycares, parents, it is very important for you to contact them now to let them know when is pickup time and drop off time for your child, and let them know if your child attends school on Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday, Friday. Please communicate this to babysitters and daycares. And I thank you in advance for your patience. Walkers will be exiting out the recess doors. 3 through 5 will exit first. K through 2 will exit second. Tardies. Please note, all students are considered tardy by 9:01 a.m. Students will no longer have breakfast in the breakfast room. Breakfast is in a pick up and go manner. When they enter through the front doors and grab their squirt they receive their squirt of sanitizer, they will go into the breakfast room, socially distanced, grab their breakfast, and walk socially distanced to their classroom and have breakfast there. At that time, they will have breakfast and they will dispose of it in the hallway what they haven't eaten, and the bell will ring at 9:01 for the school day to begin, and that's when attendance starts. If your child comes to school after 9:01 a.m., they are considered tardy and they will receive a tardy slip. You are not allowed to bring your child into school if they are tardy. If they are tardy beyond the 9:20 a.m. hour, our teacher will not be out front to receive them, to write their name down and provide them a tardy slip. They will need to come to the side of the building located in the security vestibule for us to check them in. So I'm going to stop at this time and take questions. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So I see that we have a question from 094959. I think it's somebody on the phone. You have a question?
I think it's me. Is it me?
Yes, that's you.
Okay, I'm normally never on my phone. I guess let me get off a video. I'm at a appointment. So I know that there's like sometimes more parents than students coming into the building. If there becomes too many in the building, will some parents be prevented from coming in?
Absolutely, because they'll need to sit socially distanced at the tables, but we're going to have all of our tables down at one time so that everyone will be provided a seat. And we also have our stage area where parents can also sit socially distanced if they're not against standing on the stage, or they can line up along the front of the stage. But there will be staff members in the gym to prevent anyone from not following the CDC guidelines to ensure the safety of all of our students. And so it is in high hopes that we have the dismissal procedure will go pretty quickly, because we will begin packing up at 3:15 p.m. to make sure students have on their coats, hats, and gloves, and they have their book bags, and they're ready to go as soon as their name is called. So there isn't any lollygagging or playing around. That students understand when your name is called, you need to be heading down the hallway to your parents, so we can get the next student.
Okay, I just wanted to know, like, because I know some people come a little on time. I'm just trying to figure out like when to come so that I'm not on top of people, because the thought of all those parents being in the gym.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a great question. And I'm doing it that way so they don't have to stand outside in inclement weather. In the event it rains or it snows, we wouldn't be able to get children to their parents. And so hopefully our parents will be mature enough to handle our new dismissal procedure, and they'll move it along pretty quickly, and they'll listen to the directions that are given by the staff and not get offended when someone asks them to put on their mask or please be sure to keep the space and in the distance. We really want to drive that point home to our parents to understand we're in this together to prevent anyone from getting sick, and we have high hopes that it will work out. And we have 13 tables, so I think that's enough space. And so if we start moving the children out pretty quickly, it will open up for other parents, and for other parents to be able to come in and have a seat until their child is retrieved. And so we have 4 teachers with walkies who will be able to pick up those students as well. Braden's mom, you have a question?
I do. Hello.
Hi.
You mentioned the bus riders and the pickups, but when you talked about walkers, excuse me, I wanted to find out how do I communicate with you or the teacher that my son is a walker? Because so this way I don't have to worry about coming inside to pick him up. He's a walker. I can meet him outside.
Okay, so if you want him to be designated as a walker, you would have to meet him on the back playground.
So how do you know when to send him to the gym? Or because you have walkies and you guys are going to be called.
Yeah.
Okay, so
when I do dismissal, I say students in grades 3 through 5, if you are walkers, please exit out the recess doors. And so 3 through 5 come out first, because if they have younger siblings, they stay on the playground until their younger brothers and sisters come. And I say kindergarten through 2nd grade walkers, please exit out the recess doors. And so parents will meet their children on the back playground.
So he's in kindergarten. So really it just is a matter of me making sure he understands you are a walker. When they say walker, this means you.
And then that you need to be on the playground as well.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Because he'll just be standing out there with the teacher. So that you are outside to retrieve him at that time.
And then my 8th grader sometimes will pick him up. It's okay for her to do so as long as she's in the back. Okay.
You need to be here on time on the back playground so that he's not standing out there. Because we know that we don't know what weather we'll have next week. We are returning during winter times.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And Angelina May, you have a question?
Yes, sorry if you already answered this question. About transportation. I'm getting in the meeting kind of late with my son. How do I know if he is eligible for transportation or not? Sorry if you already answered that question.
Oh, no worries. If you live less than 2 miles from the school, they're not eligible. If you live more than 2 miles from the school, they are eligible. And you would have received an email on Tuesday evening. They sent an email to families indicating your AM and PM pickup and drop off times, your routes, and your bus number. So if you live more than 2 miles from the school, or if you don't know that, you can give the school a call after 1 p.m. today, and my secretary can enter in your address and indicate if you qualify for a bus, because sometimes people are like on the cusp. They're like 2.1 miles or 2.2 miles away from
Mhm.
the school. And so if that's the case, she would be able to tell you if you could receive a bus or not.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Rosemond, you're on mute, sweetie.
My question is, we moved from our place to a different place. So we try to change the address, and then we get a call stating that they sent us a letter to the old address. But we've been trying to change the address in the portal place, but it's not going through. So what should we do?
Have you activated your parent portal yet?
Yeah, we try to update it, but it's not like giving us the permission to update it.
Okay. Do you have the school number, or do you need me to give it to you?
Yeah, I think the number that called this morning, I did call back.
Did Miss Cindy, my secretary, answer?
Actually, my husband did talk to them, but they said we should do it in the parent portal. And when we're trying to do it, it's not giving us the permission to put the new update there.
Okay, so call the school at 614.
Okay.
365.
Just a minute. Okay, 614.
365.
365.
53.
53.
49.
49.
When
Okay.
this meeting ends and my secretary can walk you through the steps on how to change your address. If you're unable to do that, she can put in a ticket.
Okay.
To have that looked at to see what's taking place with your parent portal ID number.
Okay.
Or has it been activated, to see why that information is not transferring and updating. Because if your child rides a bus, that means their transportation information will not be updated as well. So it is very important that this is taken care of sooner than later, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. So if we don't have any further questions, I'm going to move forward with the presentation. So we've covered tardies, Chromebooks, click and brick days. So Chromebooks should be brought to school on their first day of school. So if your child is in cohort A, they'll bring their Chromebooks to school on Monday and they will remain at the school. And the reason why we're doing that is to ensure that our students have their Chromebooks. And then they will take them home on the last day they're at school, okay? So if your child comes to school on Monday, their Chromebook will stay at our school until Tuesday. When they go home Tuesday, we'll take it home with them so they can do their asynchronous work Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, okay? Click days. Click days is translated to at home days. So if your child is in cohort A, their click days will be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They have 3 click days and 2 brick days. Brick days are in school days. Click days are at home days. If your child is in cohort B and they're home on Thursday and Friday, their click days are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we need to make sure we drive that point home to make sure that we have 2 brick days and 3 click days, okay? 2 brick days, 3 click days. So any questions about our click days and our brick days? All right. So now I'm going to stop. Wanted to make sure I reiterated all of that. I do want to talk about our lunchroom procedure. Ms. Bankston had a great question about lunchroom the last time. As you saw in the video, our custodian put down colored dots. Each grade level has their own colored dot. So the tables will be put down in the same order each day. and we'll say pockets to a dot. So they'll know they need to sit directly on a dot. And if you can envision it in your mind, one table, you'll have one student on the outside of the silver bars, another student on the outside of the silver bars, and one student in the middle. So there'll be a triangle, and then that triangle will flip. So it'll be one student on this side and two students on the other side. And that will occur all the way down the bench. So students won't be sitting next to each other, okay? Please note that on average, we will only have about 156 students in the building at a time. And that's if all of our students return back to school. And we know that some parents are opting to send their children to Digital Academy. So if we have 156 students returning on cohort A and 156 students on cohort B, that's roughly between 75 to 77 students per lunch period. That's not a lot of kids at all. So you're talking about 10 students to 2 long tables. So they're not sitting near each other. So lunch will be very safe, and we can ensure the safety of your children being socially distanced. All right, Miss Nadula.
Talking about lunch, do you prefer them if they pack it in a brown paper bag so it can be disposed before they leave, or is it okay for them to pack in a regular lunch bag?
They can pack in their lunch pack. That's safe. They can pack in their lunch pack. I mean, because you may have something that requires an ice pack or a thermos, and I think that's safe. If they pack in their lunch box, they should be fine. Any other questions? Also, please know we have plenty of masks. If your child mask is ruined or it's soiled of any sort, we will be replacing masks. I will be standing at the front door. If students come in without a mask or a mask that's looking like it's falling off, it's on its last leg, they will receive a new mask. We also have replacement masks, student masks in every classroom. Miss Arter and then Braden's mom.
Hi, I just wanted to bring it back to the transportation real quick. You said we're supposed to receive an email on Tuesday with their.
Yeah.
Because I just checked the portal and we are up to date on our new address. Okay. But I don't recall seeing an email about the actual transportation plans.
Did you check your district email?
I will.
Yeah, check your district email. And you all, the way you check your district email is using your student ID number at columbus.k12.oh.us and your child's username. And you go to ccs.oh/org. So Ms. Brown, if you could put that in here. And matter of fact, I may be able to show you. Hopefully I won't fumble trying to pull it up. So let me exit out of here so I can show you all again. I don't know if you guys recall when we had a parent meeting before, I walked through this. So if you haven't checked your email, you probably have a boatload of emails for you and your child in Columbus City Schools. So I want to make sure that I remember how to go to here. Maybe a student. So yeah, so you go to students, click students, and then you're going to scroll down to student email. So you're going to go to the Columbus City Schools website, click students, and then click student email. And then when you scroll down, it will show you how to access student email. And you go to ccsoffice.org, ccsoffice.org. When you click there, it's going to show you where to put the username and password. So it's pulling up my email since I'm already logged in. Okay, So that's what you'll do. Go to the CCS website, click students, scroll down to student email, and click ccsoffice.org. You'll use your student number as their username at Columbus, and then their password. So I highly suggest parents doing that today, because I'm almost certain you have quite a few emails in there in regards to coming back to school and reopening and all of that good stuff. And I think I had a question from Braden's mom.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. I appreciate that.
The lunchroom, are the children going to be led to the restrooms to wash for hand washing before they go to the lunchroom?
Absolutely. Very good question. Yes. So primary students eat lunch first from 11:50 a.m. to 12:20 p.m. So they receive 30 minutes to eat their lunch. Teachers will take their children to the restrooms to wash their hands, and then they will go to the lunchroom. Students, intermediate students, they have recess first. So unfortunately, I know they probably won't care too much. Their recess is going to end 5 minutes early in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. And that's an executive decision I made, because I want them to wash their hands before they go into the lunchrooms. So they're just going to they're only going to receive 25 minutes of recess, and we're going to buzz them in to wash their hands, and then they can go have their lunch. Because with kids, they go outside and play, and by that time they're hungry. By 12:20 for those big kids, they're ready to eat, and they're not thinking about really washing their hands, but we're going to build in that habit for them to do that prior to going into the lunchroom. So very good question. Yes, they will be washing their hands. Any other questions? Yes, Shannon?
With them bringing their Chromebooks to school, I'm fine with that, but I'm hoping that they get more paper and pencil activities, things to write with, because as much as I want them to write at home, it's kind of hard to force them to. They've been staring at a screen all day long. Will the teachers also be sending home paper and pencil activities to do at home rather than constantly on the computer?
Absolutely. That's what we've been doing the last 2 days when you all were being the teachers at home. So Tuesday and Wednesday, our teachers underwent professional development to support our students in this new hybrid learning model. And so, yes, on their last BRIT day, they will have work to come home, including their workbooks, writing assignments, extended projects. And so we really need parents to check their Nikki folders and their Panther folders to make sure you are staying on top of their work, because remember, the teachers are going to ensure that they have enough work for 3 days. So there's going to be quite a few assignments in those folders, and this information will still be translated in the Google Stream. So please continue to check the Google Stream, because teachers will communicate both ways in the Google Stream, and they will send written work home. And the reason why their computers need to come is because some of our students will need some type of small group support with the teacher in a one-on-one format. So we'll do small groups with 3 students. And so while some students are working with the teacher, and those small groups will run between 15 minutes and 20 minutes. So while those students are working with the teacher, some students may be doing seat work, and some students may be doing some work on the computer. So they'll rotate every 15 to 20 minutes. So that's a great concern you have, Shannon. They will not be on their computers all day like they have been at home, but they will need their computers. So when we rotate through our supports. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, we may have some students who need some gifted enrichment support. And so the teacher will need to meet with those students in a small group manner to ensure that they are receiving the academic support so they can go to that next level. And so some students will be on the computer, some students will do some seat work, and some students will work with the teacher in a small group. And sometimes the teachers will also play games with the students like Kahoot or Jamboard or Flipgrid or Pear Deck. And so they need those devices to play those learning activities and interact with their teacher, and that provides engagement for the classroom. And I think I have a question, 09, oh, Ms. Bankston, that's you. I keep saying 0949.
Wait a minute, I'm at the dentist and I'm now really numb. Oh, should we label their Chromebooks?
Yes, if you want to put a label on your child's Chromebook, you most certainly can do that. Yes, you can.
Thank you.
Any other questions? So I'm